What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Bert MMA Q&A. I think this is the third episode. I'm pretty sure. If I'm getting that right, I think it's the third episode as of right now. But yeah, we just hit 5,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure it was 2 days ago, if I'm getting that one correctly. Yeah, 2 days ago, as it says right there. And we got the third episode. The last episode was, when did we make that one? We made the last episode, I think it was last Saturday, was episode 2 of the Bert MMA Q&A podcast right here. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Got 185 views. Before that, we got 230 views. Let's see if we can do even better on this live stream as well. I'm going to put the thumbnail in, but as usual, if you're watching this live stream after it is, no longer a live stream, make sure to check the description down below, because we're going to put all the little timestamps in there so you know exactly where I'm going to be talking about, everything that I'm going to be talking about for today's video, live stream, whatever the case it may be. Turn that monetization on, refresh, and we should be good. Alright, we should be good to go. Alright, let's check the comments really quick, because as you guys know, it is a Q&A for a reason. We're going to be answering a lot of your guys' questions that you guys have down in the comment section below. Herb Dean is the gold standard. Squirt MMA is back. Let's go. Yeah, I've been gone for quite a while. If we go back to the studio, or we could just go back onto regular YouTube. I'm pretty sure my last video, live stream, whatever the case may be, was about a week ago. We haven't posted in a while because my iMovie is just not working. The last time was 5 days ago, then our last podcast right there, but yeah, we haven't been posting or anything like that, mainly because my iMovie right here just is not working, so we downloaded a different one, VN right there, to edit the videos and things like that. But yeah, that's why I haven't been on for too much lately in the last 5 days, but we're definitely going to start putting in some work, putting in some full car predictions and things like that. So yeah, let's check the comments again. Did you watch the Weasels video on Rob Izzy fight? Thoughts? I did watch the video, and I do believe Israel Adesanya did enough to win the fight. Fifth round definitely went Robert Whittaker. First round definitely went Israel Adesanya. Third round, I think, definitely went Israel Adesanya. And then the fourth round and the second round. The fourth, second, and fifth were very, very close. I'm going to side with Israel on the fourth round. Second round was very close. I mean, those two both could have gone either way, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, definitely, it was definitely at least 2-1 for Izzy, and it really comes down to that fourth round as well as that second round. Really, like, I'm probably going to have to rewatch that second and fourth round just to finally, like, firmly cement who I think actually won that fight. But based on the first time I watched the actual fight, I do believe Israel Adesanya did enough to win that one. Taha out. Batista versus Perrin is on. Yeah, that's an interesting fight. I don't know too much about this Perrin guy. I know he's a decent striker. He's mixes in the grappling every now and then, but yeah, I don't know too much about him, to be quite honest with you. Let's see if we can find some of his past fights on here on Tapology, because they haven't even like updated him on here yet. But he is a bantamweight fighter coming off a submission win in CES, decision win, a lot of decisions and submission wins on his record. So yeah, if he's gonna win the fight, it's probably gonna be him taking the fight down, looking for the submission, and winning the fight somewhere like that. He was supposed to fight on March 4th against Ashim Ajim right here at CES 66 for the bantamweight belt, but now he's coming in on short notice, and I think he's gonna lose. I'm gonna be honest with you. Taha probably would have lost that fight as well, but now, I mean, that is a humongous step up in competition, going out there fighting Mario Batista, who probably is going to be the much better striker, taller, lengthier, solid takedown defense, really good volume. Yeah, my early prediction there is definitely going to be Mario Batista. We are going to be doing a full card prediction later on tonight, so definitely stay tuned for that one. But early for right now, I'll definitely say Mario. He's got the dub there. The grappling is decent, but it is like what, 4 or 5 days? No, it's like a week's notice for Perrin, but still, that's not going to be enough fighting in the UFC on short notice. So yeah, I do have Batista definitely winning that one. You do plan on doing prediction videos for one. They put on decent events. I do those predictions every now and then. For this one that's coming out 10 days from now, I'm probably going to do this one. I am very excited about a lot of guys on this card. I mean, we got Leandro Atides, David Branch, UFC fighter, Jeremy Pacatui, Fabricio de Andrade, the powerful puncher right there. Decent guys in the prelims. I probably won't do a prelim prediction. Just go on and do David Branch. That'll be the one prelim fight I'll do. But yeah, I'll probably do the one championship full card prediction as well. But I tend to do those like 5 days before the event comes, or maybe when they have betting odds. I mean, one championship takes a long time for them to actually release betting odds. But if they do like release those odds early, oh my, we just got a buttload of odds just got announced. Wow, okay. Umar Nurmagomedov, dang, started minus 270, now is minus 500. Dustin Jacobian, minus 150, went up to minus 145 for a bit. Interesting. Manafiorot, minus 350, very interesting. Holland, 2-1 favorite. Tiger, 2.5-1 favorite. Marina Rodriguez, almost a 3-1 favorite. Maria Agapova, almost 3-1. We got Mitchell as the favorite right there. That's interesting. He was at minus 180 at one point. Interesting. Devontae Smith, minus 270. I mean, I think he's going to win. Would I bet on it? No. I mean, come on. He's a very up and down type of guy. Kennedy versus Nick Negumereanu. I mean, that one could go either way. And then Jalen Turner and Jamie Malarkey. We got some good fights here. Solid fights. I don't know why Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal's on UFC Fight Night 204. It doesn't really make too much sense. I don't know why Petr Yan's on the same card as him as well, but yeah, best fight odds messing the things up a little bit here. Yeah, we just got a bunch of odds just randomly get announced. Even some Knucklemania odds. Let's see, Luis Palomino, Martin Brown's 50-50. Interesting. Mike Perry, 4-. Oh, god dang, that 4-1 favorite. That is insane. Joshua Alvarez is a 5-1 underdog on Chad Mendes. That's almost a lock right there. Chad Mendes, he's definitely gonna win that one. Yeah, interesting. And there's one coming up. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that one. Blood Money MMA bets. What is up? Any predictions for the upcoming UFC Fight Night? We are gonna do those later on today. I'm not gonna do those in the Bert MMA QNA podcast, but I will be doing a live stream for that one as well. Maybe like 9:15, 9:20. So probably around an hour from exactly right now. I'll go on and do that full card prediction as well. Gotta kind of review on a couple of fighters I'm a little iffy on, and there's a couple little cancellations and mixes up and who's going to be fighting, a couple short notice fights out there, so I got to review on those ones as well, but we will do those predictions as well today. Our boy Boom Kelleher needs our prayers. Yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov, that is tough. He was supposed to fight Sadyokub Kakramanov. I think he would have lost that one, but now he's fighting Umar. Ooh, that is a tough fight to do. Yeah, Umar's probably got that one. That's an interesting one though. But yeah, there's some good fights coming out. Even Bellator is looking good. They got undefeated Logan Storley, really good wrestler, fighting Nyman Gracie. Of course, a Gracie out there. We got UFC veterans out there in Chancellor Country, who's a 2-1 favorite on the former champion Andrei Koreshkov. So Bellator is looking good. Eagle FC is putting on their full fight card for 4 days from now. That's looking good as well. You might not recognize a lot of these names, but I assure you, at least I'm gonna say 5 of these guys right here are probably going to be in the UFC, most notably being Booser Mankul Abidabait, if I'm saying that one correctly. That dude, ferocious, really good ground and pound, very good wrestling. He's got cardio for days, powerful striking. That dude, he's going to be a UFC fighter for sure, and I can't wait to see how good he does there. But these guys that are fighting in Eagle FC, I mean, there's so many of them that could like get a short notice fight into the UFC and do absolutely amazing. I mean, they're all great grapplers, very good wrestlers. They got solid striking as well. I've seen some of these guys in the Eagle FC, like whatever division you look at, they're wrestlers. They got the Dagestani beards. They're Russian. You think they're going to go out there and take you down. And then you see them going for spinning back kicks, front kicks, head kicks. crazy type of stuff. They're not just wrestlers and grapplers over there. They're doing really good on the ground, on the striking game as well. But and the main guys I'm looking forward to like probably seeing in the UFC someday are probably going to be, of course, Abidaiba the Ulu, Mikhail Durencho. He's probably going to be in the UFC. He's probably got maybe 3 or 4 more fights till he gets there, but I think he will get there. Dura Aivazian, he's got a good shot, maybe go on the Contender Series, something like that. Uzar Abdurakov, that dude's an absolute beast. He only lost to Mehdi Dakayev, who again is another guy I definitely see fighting in the UFC. 14-2 on a crazy win streak right now, beating some very, very solid guys. Even Gazi Rabadanov, who's in Bellator and doing very good over there as well. Those are the main guys I wanted to look at, but I mean this one right here, the winner of it, Ramin Sultanov and Denislam Kamavov. I mean the winner of that one is definitely going to be close in line to possibly fighting for the belt sometime soon here inside of Eagle FC. They're literally. They're pretty close to fighting for a belt, if I'm being quite honest with you. But we also have Kevin Lee versus Diego Sanchez, Ricky Bandejas versus Ray Borg on the more like American, Miami, Florida, United States card. So I see what Eagle FC is doing. They're doing a Russian card with Dakayev versus Zainukov. Then they're going for the more mainstream with Rashad Evans, with some former UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, and Karatina versus Sponge. Then they're going back to the Russian fan base, and then they're going back to the MMA USA fan base. So I think they're going to be kind of doing that in the near future, just going for the more Russian, like all their prospects over there in Russia, in all of Makhachkala, Russia, all Dagestan, and all that type of stuff. They're going to have those type of fights over there. Right after that, have a UFC card, then have a Russia card, and they're gonna build off each other. The Russian people that are watching the Russian cards are then gonna watch the USA cards. The USA cards, people that are watching those ones are then gonna watch some of the Russian guys, which I personally definitely will be doing. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna be watching the main event right there. 5 rounds, featherweight action, 2 beasts of wrestlers, grapplers, strikers. There's overall really good fighters. So. Yeah, I cannot wait to watch this card. The main card has so many good prospects. Every single one of the favorites here. Ulu, Doroshenko, Aivazian, Uzar Abdurakov, and then a couple of guys on the prelims as well. Future UFC fighters, in my opinion. But, let's see. Bisping confirmed or worst UFC commentator status. Maybe most biased, but I wouldn't say worst. I'm not too sure. I don't know who's the other contender to be the worst one right there. Rip, I had Umar as the underdog against Shore. Now he's fighting a 24-12 guy. That's a big F. Habib at whatever weight he wants versus Israel Adesanya. Who wins? Israel Adesanya. There's no way Habib's going to be gaining that much weight to get up to Israel Adesanya's level to be that big and be able to take him down and things like that. But if we're talking like pound for pound, if Israel Adesanya somehow shrunk, had the same skills, same speed, all that type of stuff, and shrunk down to the lightweight division, yeah, Israel Adesanya would probably lose that one. But yeah, there's no way Khabib's gonna move up all that weight without getting a little fat, a little weak, a little less explosive, a little less strong, things like that. So, I go Israel in that case. Let's see. Hello, just subscribe to the channel. Will you do predictions for Saturday's fights? I will do them after this live stream. Probably, I'm going to say 55 minutes from now. You see 8:26 on the clock, probably around 9:20, 9:15, somewhere around that range. Do you think the UFC will make Gan to Ivasa next? I don't. I think they're going to do, because right now, let's go to Tapology. We're already on Tapology, but sorry about that. Let's go to the rankings for heavyweight. Let's see right here. Sorry, I'm having some hiccups right now. I think they're going to do Stipe Miocic versus, he's not even on here, versus John Jones. They already have all of these guys kind of lined up. I think they're going to wait for Tai Tuivasa a little bit. They're probably going to wait for maybe like Tom Aspinall. The winner of Tom Aspinall versus Alexander Volkov. And I think the winner of Rosenstrike versus Marcin Tybura, they will fight Derek Lewis. So I think that's sort of what's going to happen. Chris Daukaus, Curtis Blades, winner of that one will fight Ciryl Gane. Stipe versus John Jones, and then Ngannou's kind of just going to be waiting there. But yeah, if that didn't make any sense, I'm gonna redo it a little bit, because I know there's some of you guys out there, I probably went a little bit too fast. But here's the whole gist of things. Ngannou is going to go over to boxing. I don't think we're going to see him fight in the UFC anymore. He's probably going to retire, go make bank over there fighting Tyson Fury. So we're going to chop him out of the conversation. They're probably, in my opinion, they might actually do Stipe Miocic versus John Jones for the interim belt, and then they're probably going to promote whoever wins that one to the actual champion. So Ciryl Gane's probably going to fight the winner of Curtis Blades versus Chris Daukaus, because if Curtis Blades wins, that'll put him against another solid striker there, and Cyrill's gonna be having to work on that wrestling, which was the main downfall to his Francis Ngannou fight. So I would say Ciryl versus the winner of Curtis Blades versus Chris Daukaus. Stipe versus John Jones for the interim belt. Tai Tuivasa versus the winner of Tom Aspinall versus Alexander Volkov. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Marcin Tybura winner fights Derek Lewis, and then these losers right here fight the up and comers like Alexander Romanov, like Marcos Rogerio de Lima, like, I don't know, who's another up and comer on this in this weight class? Maybe Jake Collier or something like that, Parker Porter, but yeah, you kind of get the gist there. That's what I'm trying to say for the UFC heavyweight division. Oh, cool. I found your channel from someone who did really good on bets and parlays, so decided to subscribe to the channel and check you out. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Blood Money MMA, you picked Blood Diamond, didn't you? Because this is Blood Money. I believe Stipe Jones will happen. I agree. Tuivasa versus Aspinall would be a banger. Oh, yes, it would. I mean, Aspinall has power, but the chin of Tuivasa, I mean, that would make for an amazing fight. I went 7-1 in bets last week for plus 780. My only loss was Hernandez. I went 9-5. Whoa, congrats, Blood. The heavyweight division getting spicy. Yeah, it is, man. There's a lot of action here. A lot of fights being announced recently. Blades has a fight. Volkov, Rozenstruik, Aspinall, Daukaus, and Tybura, as well as Sergey and Shamil, Alexio Linick, Blagoy, Tanner, Elir Latif, Rothwell, De Lima, Pavlovich. I mean, so many guys have fights. It's just that little top five little thing there. Lewis, Tuivasa, Miocic, Gane, Ngannou, and John Jones. They're the only people without fights. So they need to put those guys against each other and get them some fights there. Never bet on a quitter like Hernandez. Yeah, dude, that man's wrestling and grappling. He cannot hang down there with Renato Moicano. Props to Renato. He went out there. He made it look pretty easy. Took a couple of shots on the feet, but took him down and submitted him with relative ease, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. Moicano was stopped more than Hernandez at the time. So, yeah, there were some good fights on that card. Let's see. Tapology. I would say the best fight had to have been Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Sergey Morozov. I mean, that was so back and forth, such a crazy battle in that one. I mean, it was just absolutely insane, but there's so many other fights that were like crazy first rounds, and then even crazier second round finishes. I mean, there was a lot of second round finishes on the card. The first one was, of course, the Douglas Silva de Andrade win. I mean, that was crazy. First round, Sergey dominates, taking him down, knocking him down, doing amazing in that first round. Then Douglas Silva knocks down Sergey Morozov, destroys him on the ground, and then gets that submission. That was a second round finish. Then we go on later to the night, Renato Moicano, doing pretty good on the feet in the striking against Alexander Hernandez, then takes him down in the second round, and he submits him in the second round. Then we had Jared Cannonier go out there, losing the first round to Derek Brunson, getting taken down, then coming back and knocking him out in the second round. Then we got Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis. Tai losing very handily in the first round and coming back in that second. That was a constant theme of the night, was people losing that first round, then their opponent kind of gassing out a little bit, or maybe just getting caught with something and getting knocked out or submitted. Renato did it, Jared Cannonier did it, Tuivasa did it, as well as Douglas Silva de Andrade. So a lot of second round finishes on the card, which was very interesting. Let's see. This card isn't nearly as promising for betting as the last Adesanya card. I bet about $350 and came out with about $700. Very solid. I think I came out with roughly around the same amount of money. 13 times 50. It was like 13.4, 13.5. Yeah, we profited $650 on the night, so it wasn't the worst night there for UFC 271, but mainly due to those parlays. We hit very, very good on those parlays. Also, that was before I see how much bigger Moicano was than Hernandez. He was huge for 155. Now, I never do that well. You usually just break even more or less. Shoot breaking even is a win sometimes. This card is going to be tough. Tough for sure. Yeah, it's going to be a weird one. I mean, I've been looking at the card betting-wise, and I can't really see too many opportunities I wanna go out there and put some money on. I mean, there's a few underdogs here and there. I might want to put a little bit of money on. There's a few props. I might want to put a knockout prop on, but more or less, it's going to be a very unexpected card. I won't be surprised if my predictions of the night are probably like 50-50, and they're probably like one of the worst of the year, because it's a very It's just a weird card. I mean, it's a very unpredictable type of card. I mean, there's some fighters out there that are 3-1 favorites, 2-1 favorites that should not be that big of a favorite, and you just never know. It's a weird card like that. I expect a lot of underdog wins. Let us see. I never do that well. I already read that one. Bert, do you also bet? I do. I bet. I don't know how many units I had on the last card. But we can go over those if you guys want. I had. Thinking back, you always gotta look back on your bets that you made on the previous card to do better on the next card. I'll admit I did some pretty iffy bets there. A couple of those bets, they weren't really too good, but we did gain 13.72 units on the card, which is roughly $680 somewhere around that range. We had 1 unit on Ronnie Lawrence by knockout. Didn't get the knockout. Was very close to doing so, but I thought there was value on there because he was close to getting it at many times in the fight. So I thought there was value on that one, but of course he did not get the finish, so we lost on that one. We had 1 unit on Casey O'Neill by knockout. That obviously didn't happen, but that was more for the value. I thought maybe if Casey really went for it, she could have definitely got the finish in my opinion, but it was a retirement fight for Roxanne Modafferi, so they never really did that one. We had 2 units on Andre Arlovski decision, plus 135. That one definitely hit, and we made money back on the Ronnie Lawrence and Casey O'Neill. We had 1 unit on Jarek Cannonier by a decision. More, again, for the value, plus 420 right there. It didn't happen. He got the finish in the second round. I mainly thought Brunson would be able to win that first round and survive the second and third round, but was not able to. We lost that one. We made it back on 1 unit on Bobby Green decision at plus 190. Half a unit on Tai Tuivasa by a decision prop, plus 700. I thought there was value. You never know. Maybe he kind of plays that range, leg kicking, body kicking, jab, and a 1-2, and finds a way to win the decision there. Didn't happen, but we did have other bets on Tai Tuivasa down here. 1 unit on Tai Tuivasa plus 155. We were very close on this one as well. We had 1 unit on Tuivasa versus Lewis over 1.5 rounds. Very close. I mean, what was it? It was 1 minute 40 seconds into round number 2, so we were about 50 seconds away from making that bet actually work. We were very close on that one. We had 3 units on Adesanya versus Whitaker starts round 3. Those ones I do them on pretty much every card just to make an easy unit or two, because I really don't expect most of the main events to be finishes. Usually they're not. We had half a unit on Jeremiah Wells, Mike Mathetha over 1.5. Again, I thought Mike would be able to survive a lot longer because he does train with Israel Adesanya, who's a very good takedown defense type of guy. I thought at least he'd get past the first round and possibly a little bit of the second round as well, but I mean, he got destroyed in that first round. We had a little sprinkle in Whitaker by decision. That one, it was close to happening. A lot of people did have Whitaker winning that one, so it was a pretty close little sprinkle there. Again, right here, that one of the worst bets of the night, in my opinion, was 2.5 units on Carlos Ulberg by a knockout at minus 125. Sherrod was not doing anything. Ulberg was not doing anything. They were literally looking at each other, taking pictures for 3 rounds, not doing really anything at all. So Again, looking back, one of the worst bets of the night. We had a quarter unit on AJ Dobson first round knockout plus 350, and a quarter unit on AJ Dobson's second round knockout plus 900. He was very close to getting that knockout in the first round and a little bit of that second round as well. But of course, we know Jacob Malkoun, the wrestler that he is, was able to take that fight down and win there. We also had a unit on Sergey Maraza by a unanimous decision. It was looking like that was what was gonna happen. He was winning that first round dominantly, but then he gets caught and he gets destroyed in that second round. So we did lose that one, but the straight bets, we made back a little bit there for sure. We had 2.7 units on Andrei Arlovsky minus 135, won that one. Originally, again, this is another one I'm a little mad about it. We had 1.65 units on Maxime Grisham minus 165 to make 1 unit back, and then we canceled the bet because I saw the weigh-ins. I mean, if you look at how big William Knight was, he was 12, 15 pounds heavier than Maxime Grisham was. I thought maybe that would give him the edge in the wrestling. He'd be able to use that size to take down Maxime Grisham. So I was like, nah, I don't really want to risk it. So I just pulled the bet out there, and I just, yeah, I didn't want to risk it on a guy that's 12, 15 pounds heavier than his opponent. But after that one, we had 1 unit on Tai Tuivasa plus 155. We definitely won on that one. 2 units on Bobby Green minus 162. And Casey O'Neill minus 350 in a parlay at plus 108. 2.9 units on Ronnie Lawrence, as well as 2.75 units on Ronnie Lawrence. Both of those making 1 unit each. Then 1.2 units on AJ Dobson, lost that one. And 1 unit on Alexander Hernandez. And we lost that one. Sad. But the parlay. Here, we made a lot of money right here. I tend to make probably the most amount of my money on these parlays because I kind of pair them with my most confident guys of the night, as well as that one guy that's around minus 120, minus 130 to really juice up those odds. And in this case, it was Andrei Arlovsky. He won that one. We had Kyler Phillips, who got out there and got that submission. Casey O'Neill got the decision, and then Jeremiah Wells got that finish. Ronnie Lawrence got the decision. That was plus 443 on BetOnline. We gained a lot of units on there, 4.43 units on that parlay. Then we had a crazy big parlay, 5 units on my 3 most confident picks of the card. Casey O'Neill minus 350, Ronnie Lawrence minus 300, and Jeremiah Wells minus 225 on DraftKings. Plus 148 made us bank on that one as well. So overall, it was a good card. The parlays really got us a lot. Our straight bets on Ronnie Lawrence made up a lot. We had Bobby Green, Casey O'Neill parlay, our Tai Tuivasa underdog bet there, our Andrei Arlovsky decision bet, Bobby Green decision, Adesanya Whitaker starts around 3. Yeah, those are the main really good bets that we had on the card. But again, every night of betting has its weird bets. It's like thinking back, oh my god, what are you thinking doing that bet? That was definitely the Ulberg bet. It was also, pulling out Maxime Grisham. That was a sad one there. And then what's another dumb bet that we had on the night? Maybe Casey O'Neill by knockout. I thought there was gonna be value there because Roxanne's tough, but Casey O'Neill with the amount of volume that she landed, I thought maybe eventually she'd land the knockdown. But how tough Roxanne is. Her retirement fight, I should have known she wouldn't get the finish there. But it was a decent night. 13.72 units is amazing for me. Yeah, that was my night of betting there. Let's see. Bert has never placed a bet. Anxiously awaiting your fight night picks. You're the freaking man. Yeah, it's not going to be in this live stream, so if you want to stick around and watch the Bert MMA QNA, ask me any questions, you definitely can do so. But we will come back around probably 9:20 and give our UFC fight night full card predictions as well. When you're releasing your bets for the card right after my full card prediction. So later on today, probably 10:15, 10 o'clock, somewhere around 10 o'clock, I will be releasing all the bets for that card. Had Knight as the underdog too, but he threw too many kicks in that fight. Yeah, I had a suspicion Maxime would probably win that decision there, but the size, I pull the bet. You can't be too sure with a guy that's that big and having that big of a size advantage, bro. You have Johnny Walker, right? I do not. I have Jamal Hill definitely going out there and knocking him out. But it's not again, like, Am I going to bet it? No, minus 350, minus 300, whatever the odds are right now for Johnny Walker. He's at minus 300 right here. Nah, I'm not going to do anything with that, but yeah, I definitely have Jamal Hill winning there. But yeah, it's a good fight. It's a solid fight. They both have a lot of power. They both have some really, really solid speed as well. It'll be a solid fight there at light heavyweight. I'm fully expecting this fight to not go the distance. It'll be a good fight, but definitely I have Jamal Hill winning that one. Let's see. Any other comments we have so far? How are you feeling about the upcoming card? How many RDA fights are going to get canceled? Oh my god, RDA. Every one of this guy's fights recently has just gotten canceled. He was originally supposed to fight, who was it? Was it Islam Makhachev? Was it actually Islam Makhachev? I think it was Islam Makhachev, like a long time ago. He was literally, where is UFC 271 or 272? Dude, where is UFC 272? Is that after the video.use card? There's no way. UFC, there it is. Wow, UFC 272 isn't for a while. I don't know why. I thought UFC 272 was in like 2 weeks. Never mind. But yeah, UFC 272 right here with Javier Dos Anjos and Rafael Fiziev. I mean, Javier Dos Anjos, he had that cancellation with Islam Makhachev. Then he fought, I believe it was Paul Felder, got that split decision. No idea how it was a split decision. Before that, losing to Michael Chiesa, Leon Edwards, Usman, Covington only beating Kevin Lee, and that was in the welterweight division. I'm still very skeptical on how Javier Dos Anjos is ranked as high as he is, because if you look at the UFC rankings right now, does he really deserve to be number 6 or number 7 wherever he is in the lightweight division? He's number 6 right now. I don't know if I agree with that, because his only win in the lightweight division was Paul Felder. That was it. Paul Felder win. He had welterweight fights with Neil Magny, Robbie Lawler. The last time he won a lightweight fight was way back against Donald Cerrone, and that was for the belt. I mean, yeah, he did win the fight for the belt against Donald Cerrone, knocked him out in the first round. But I mean, that was 2016, 2015. He only has one win in the lightweight division over Paul Felder, who is retired and took the fight on short notice. I don't know if that win really rewards enough for you to be ranked number 6 in the UFC lightweight division, especially if there's guys like Arman Tsarukyan, like guys like Mateusz Gamrot, Rafael Fiziev, Tony Ferguson. I mean, the up-and-comers, there's a guy, Joel Alvarez. I mean, there's so many guys that could be up there at number 6. Rafael, I would say, deserves a number 10, number 9, something like that, but definitely not number 6. I mean, come on. Beating Paul Felder, that's good and all. Dan Hooker beat him, and Dan Hooker's lower than Javier Dos Anjos in the rankings. So, I mean, yeah. I would definitely have Dos Anjos lower on those UFC rankings, because he does not really deserve to be that high. What caused you to make this channel? You have a lot of value and deserve more subscribers. I'll share this channel to my friends. What caused me to make the channel? My love for MMA. I mean, I really got into MMA like a lot, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Started the channel maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago, something like that. Originally, I was doing it for fun, but as soon as I hit like that 1,000 subscriber mark, I was like, I can make a little bit of money from this. I can do what I love, and maybe, potentially in the future, transition this UFC commentator prediction channel type of thing to actually turn this into like an actual commentating job for the UFC, for the Contender Series, for something like that. Because that is my main goal, is to use this channel, get to 10,000, 100,000 subscribers, really grow this channel with the podcast, with the predictions, with the MMA news, with all of that type of stuff, and eventually be a commentator for maybe even Eagle FC, something like that. But yeah, that is the plan. At what point do they cut Walker after this fight? Or does he need to lose again after this one? 5 out of last 6. He probably have to lose 1 or 2 more times. Because arguably, if you look at that fight with Johnny Walker versus Thiago Santos, arguably you can say he won that fight. It was a very, very close one. Could have gone either way on those scorecards. I was a little biased, as I did have a Johnny Walker decision prop. It was like plus 500 or something crazy. But yeah, I was a little biased there. I do think he won the fight, so I don't think if you're having such close fights with guys like Thiago Santos knocking out Ryan Spann, only losing to ranked guys, Corey Anderson, Nikita Krylov, Thiago Santos beating Khalil Roundtree, Misha Sirgunov, Ryan Spann. yeah, he definitely should not be cut from the UFC. It would take him getting out of the top 15 or something, losing to an unranked guy, and at that point, maybe you ship him off to Bellator. Let's see. Yeah, man, that was dumb as hell. This weekend, I got Porter, Belbita, Clark, Skelly, Mota, and a Strader. How does that parlay sound? I mean, parlaying underdogs like that? I don't know. I have Porter winning. Sorry about that. I have Porter winning. I have Belbita winning. I have Clark winning. I have Skelly winning. I have Mota winning. But Strader, I really don't know. It's a close one right there. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't do parlays that much. I tend to stick with my 2 or 3 most confident. Stick a lot of units on that one. Then put those really confident picks along with one fight that's very close on the betting odds. Like for an example, I'm probably not gonna do it, but for one example, it'd probably be like Joaquin Buckley. If I was more confident on him, I would do Buckley and like 3 or 4 other guys that I'm very confident in. And that parlay there, it's very unlikely it's gonna actually cash because this card it's a very unpredictable one. So I'd probably say it's probably most likely not gonna cash. Let's see. Porker. Oh yeah. Porker is the lock of the night. I definitely have him winning. Hamza Chimaev, 2024 double champion. I agree. I feel like Strader will beat the brakes off dudes as an underdog. You never know. What is taking so long for Chimaev Burns to get booked? I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest with you. They should definitely book that fight already. Pork Belly, you will. You're passionate about MMA, hopefully. Imagine a fighter nicknamed Pork Belly. Parker, Belly Porter. Roy Nelson would have made sense. That definitely would have made sense. Both of them have that kind of physique and things like that. But, yeah, they definitely kind of resemble that type of guy for sure. Well, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we're going to end the live stream in like 7 minutes. So any last questions that you guys have for this episode 3 of the Bert MMA Q&A podcast? We got to kind of freshen up on our UFC Fight Night full card prediction because we will be doing that after this live stream. We go get some water, eat a snack, come back, and then do that prediction as well. I think Ed Hellinger beats Strader. I agree. Fresh Connor or Habib after just fighting 5 rounds in a fight. Who wins? Habib. I would still go Habib. Yeah, Habib would still win. He can go 10 rounds. He can go 15 rounds. It really doesn't matter. Maybe Connor would win the first and second round, but Habib will dig deep, use his Dagestani wrestling and grappling, and win the second, third, and fourth round. Third, fourth, and fifth round, or even get the submission before then. Sean hates Strickland. UFC won't allow him to do it. Yeah, they're not gonna allow a lot of these nicknames here, but maybe they might do. Pork Belly, Parker Porter. You never know. You never do know. But yeah. I think we just got some UFC ranking updates. Interesting. With Roxanne Modafferi's retirements, Aaron Blankfield has entered the top 15 rankings. Interesting. So, these are the new UFC rankings. We have Valentina as the champion, Andrade number 1, Chookagian 2, Murphy, Maya, Santos, Araujo, Wood, Lee, we also have Calvillo, Grasso, and we have Macy Barber going up, Manny Fiorot going up, Casey O'Neill going up, and then Aaron Blanchfield entering the UFC rankings. Very interesting. Very interesting. So that was the main UFC ranking updates on the card. Was mainly in that UFC women's flyweight division. Nothing else really happened in terms of UFC ranking updates, to be honest. Because the middleweight division, I mean, there's not really too much that's gonna happen there. Because they're number 1 and number 2 pretty much. So nothing really is gonna happen there. But I definitely expect once they update it on UFC.com, we're gonna see Mr. Tai Tuivasa go shooting up these rankings. Probably number 3, number 4, somewhere around that range. I can't wait to see where Tuivasa ends up. But I don't know if have they put it out yet what the actual what the heavyweight ranking updates is gonna be. I'm not too sure if they've done that yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that suggests they've done those yet, but they have done the women's strawweight division so far. That's about it. Or sorry, the flyweight division, but very interesting. All right. Let's see. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Put them all in the comment section below. We're going to end the live stream very, very soon. So flood that comment section with questions. Habibi and the UFC should go do a Grand Prix or one night tournament again. That'd be amazing. Go to MyBookie. I'm not going on MyBookie. I do not like MyBookie. DraftKings seems like a scam, to be honest. MyBookie's way more of a scam. They're both a little bit like that. I mean, they have a couple of rules in there that can make them a little bit of money, but MyBookie, I mean, it is so hard to get your money out of MyBookie. They're definitely a scam in my opinion. How fast does Hasbulla beat Hamza? 2 seconds. 2 seconds is all he needs. Thoughts on Roxanne winning that fight on the score? I mean, come on, guys. No, she did not win the fight. If she actually ended up winning, would the UFC release a statement? For sure. Dana would be like, yeah, it was a good retirement fight there, but we're going to probably still move Casey O'Neill up the rankings a little bit. But yeah, they probably make a statement there. I mean, come on. Tai Tuivasa champion? You never know. Bert, would you do a shoey if you made it to the UFC? I would do one. It would have to be a clean shoe. I'm not drinking someone's dirty shoe because you can get some staph infection. You can get some sort of weird infection from their toes. I'll do a clean shoe, bought it right off the rack. No one has ever put their feet in there. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that. But if you're going off some random guy in the crowd shoe, nah, I'm not doing that. No way. Didn't Dan Hooker punt Hasbulla like a football? And you think he can beat Hamza? Nah, come on. Hasbulla destroyed Dan Hooker, and he will always, easily destroy Hamza. Of course. I did a shoey with Dana White. Oh, wow. Do you think Chimaev could beat Adesanya in 2023? A Russian fighter beats Usman by the end of the year. I agree. I do think he will. You got the good insight, man. Yes, I do. Yeah, thank you guys for watching the Bert MMA Q&A. Make sure to hit the like button. We do want these Q&As to go out to a wider range and different audiences as well, and things like that. So if you want to promote the video to other guys as well, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you guys get notified for the next time I do one of these podcasts, as well as when I post a UFC full card prediction. Does fat predict against infection from a shoe? You know, I mean, possibly. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later on today when we do our UFC Fight Night Faziev. No, I'm just kidding. It's Jamal Hill versus Johnny Walker, full card prediction. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next